it is, but it's just perception. If you're a surfer up on the north coast, you have to be super tough. You should be able to surf triple overhead waves and all this. So I always thought, like, this is what I need to be able to do. Every single time I'd always just be sitting there, really uncomfortable, really anxious.
I also think like there's almost this thing where you feel like you have to prove yourself because you're the only like women on the lineup.
You're stuck on the sofa and you're feeling really down and you've not got that energy, and a lot of people are in that place a lot of the time. Or you might be in the other end of the scale, so we call it a wave of tolerance scale. So it would be flat and you're depressed and down and feeling quite negative, and maybe you need something to oxygenate your blood and to be able to get you into that flow zone.
Grow up, you just see women surfing as girls with incredible bodies in Hawaii and stuff, and you don't really think, oh, like that's actually something possible I can do in the UK or like even Scotland.
Surfing up here is really special to me. I was born here and I've grown up here my whole life, but I only actually discovered that it was even possible to surf about 7 years ago. So I was 13 at the time and I started mucking around just at one of the beaches. I was one of the only surfers in the area my age. There was no other girls at all that I knew. Obviously it is quite cold because we're on the north coast of Scotland, but I kind of like that element to it. But yeah, sadly, like none of my friends were interested at all. They just did not like the concept of jumping in the sea. I think I'm still kind of getting through that barrier of building up the confidence. That's probably one of the biggest issues with my surfing, which holds me back from progressing more, is just kind of mentally. I don't know, I'm a habit of doubting myself, and it is that fear of getting in people's way. And I think it was probably about a year ago now that I've just totally let go of this kind of goal to be able to be what people expect you to be. Hopefully we can just keep getting more girls into surfing, and that's definitely one of the reasons why we started our surf school up, is just to make it more accessible for people, because I know how hard it was to start surfing myself up here. So it's just a case of kind of doing it on your own, and that definitely does put a lot of people off, because it's quite an intimidating thing.
It's over. The rest remains a mystery. The boys, they don't seem so.
I think it's kind of almost a vicious circle, because I think society automatically kind of puts down on girls that this is what you should be doing in a way. You know, they kind of say, yeah, you should be playing with Barbie girls, you should be, you know, making yourself look nice and all this malarkey. And a lot of the time when you see the adverts for rip curl and stuff, girls just, you know, walking up the beach in their bikini, whereas the guys, they actually get to see their skill in the waves. And then if you're starting up surfing and you happen, you know, to be a girl, you probably think, oh, this is how I should be looking like. And especially if you're surfing up here, you definitely don't, you know? You're covered head to toe in rubber and you do look a bit like a seal half the time. It'd be nice just to see a bit more of a crew coming up. Just to see like a group of girls learning together, and then you can push yourself together, and it's obviously just more fun if you're doing it with your friends. You know, if you have a few friends by your side, it definitely takes a lot of that pressure away from you.
Which side are you on? From which way?
Like with everyone, and like even if you don't catch any waves, you can still just tumble around. It's quite fun.
Yeah, just being in the sea, like, I think it's such a positive.
Yeah. Good for the mental health.
Yeah. And the like shared experience of being absolutely freezing, catching waves, and then going up, you don't get anywhere else. I think you feel great after going surfing, and like even when it's cold and or it's like getting dark, and it's beautiful. Look at this.
Summer, and you can run through it. I can open.
There's definitely been times like at our local break where I've been like not taken serious as a surfer, like getting dropped in on, especially by like older guys. Like even if I'll communicate like it's my wave and like I'll shout I'm going right, quite a lot of the time they'll like look at me and be like, no, it's not, it's my wave.
Some of us haven't been surfing that long, and a lot of the guys haven't been surfing that long, so we're just as equal as them.
I've always been like pretty passionate about the ocean, like swimming and stuff. I think surfing's just given me quite a bit more of like an excuse to like spend a lot of time in the sea and like meet people who have similar passions. I think film's just like getting a roll of film back is like really exciting. It's like the best feeling. It's nice not to know what to expect from shots, and it makes the good shots that come back like so much better. Yeah, film makes me sort of just like slow down and really like be intentional with the images I take. I think to surf in winter, the people who do it, I think they really need it in their lives. I think it like makes quite a big impression. Well, it definitely does to me anyway. Like when you're putting your body under stress, you learn what your body's saying and where your body's at and how you can cope with it just by breathing. Like a lot of it's breath work and just overcome like really stressful situations that you can then apply into like everyday situations.
That feeling when you're in the sea that you're totally in tune with the waves. In fact, sometimes you know when they're coming and you've not even seen them. You're like creative. So, and like, how can we get ourselves into that place more of the time? Or if you're feeling really high and anxious and trying to do too much, hyper aroused, then how do you get yourself down with breathing and to be able to like attune yourself to like the rhythm of nature and of the world and of like your own inner rhythms? And for me, if I can embody that and take that into the sea, then I'm in my best place for surfing. But if I can have that in my life as a stable part of my life, I actually feel like I'll lead the best life that I can lead.
So much of surfing is just confidence. I literally spent 2 years like not wanting to get waved. I thought someone was watching me. You're not going to improve if you do that way.
I think I'd probably tell my younger self just to like not put that pressure on yourself, because at the end of the day it's just all about having fun. If you have a good surf, there's just no better feeling, you know, it really does just like brighten up your day. I definitely can't imagine what I'd be doing without it.
You don't have to be good at it, and you don't have to like catch amazing waves, just go out and enjoy it. That's the most important thing.
Just like getting in the ocean, like it can be small waves, like it doesn't have to be like big and intense. And like at the end of the day, even if you don't catch many waves, like you've just been in the sea, so it's a good time.